Both the SAT and the ACT have a lot in common with respect to the concepts that are tested on each exam. They both cover rules of English grammar, a knowledge of high school mathematics through Algebra 2, the ability to analyze an academic reading comprehension passage, and the ability to write an essay. However, there are some crucial differences between the two exams. Let's start first with the scoring. On the SAT, each of the three sections is scored on a scale of 200 to 800, with a 500 being a median score. On the SAT, there is also a quarter-point deduction for incorrect responses. This means that students should only guess if they can confidently eliminate at least two answer choices. On the ACT, there is no deduction for an incorrect response, so students should always put an answer down, even if they are making a guess or completely unsure of what the correct answer will be. The second important distinction between the SAT and the ACT has to do with the organization of each section. On the SAT, you'll find that most sections, the questions are arranged in an increasing order of difficulty, so students know in advance where the easy, the medium, and the more difficult questions are likely to be found. However, on the ACT, only the math section is arranged in an increasing order of difficulty. A third important difference between the two exams has to do with the content of the material covered. The ACT has a science section, which has no counterpart on the SAT. However, students who don't normally think of themselves as strong in science class in high school shouldn't avoid the ACT for this reason. The science section of the ACT is mainly testing your ability to reason scientifically, rather than testing your knowledge of concepts taught in common high school science classes, such as chemistry, biology, or physics. Finally, the SAT is rather notorious for wording many of its questions in a somewhat complicated fashion, while many students feel that the ACT has questions that are worded in a more straightforward manner and thus easier to understand.